search. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. And now we've got both sides of things going. What's good, YouTube? Dun, dun, dun. One little thing real quick. That's saying something if I'd rather have used to going than 3 doors down. Okay. Sid, Timeless Artificer. 4/4 for 4. White, blue, 2. That feels right. Just about, yeah. No, every Sid has had something to do with artificing, science, something, an airship or anything like that. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. So Sid with Maskwood Nexus is funny. Because it would give them the hero trait. A deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer, and then cycles for blue and white. I've got ideas for this. Whether or not they're good ideas, I don't know. The commander for the deck, though, will be Sid, being accompanied by Sid, and Sid, and Sid, and Sid, Sid. You know, some more Sids as well. Okay. That's all the Sids. Dragoon's Lance, a white and 1. Job select. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and is a knight in addition to its other types. During your turn, equipped creature has flying. Gaybolg. Hold on. White Mage's Staff. I don't think White Mage's Staff or Black Mage's Rod. No, they just have a quick. Okay, that's cool. They're giving Dragoon Gate or the Dragoon or flavor Gaybolg. Right. The Fang Fearless Iceal, who merges with Vanille. We'll get to her in a second. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. Melds. But you can play her on 3. Fire Magic featuring Vivi. So for a red, you deal 1 damage to each creature. For a red and 2, you deal 2 to each creature. And for a red and 5, you deal 3 to each creature. I think it's a great flavor. And I see what they're doing by keeping it the same. No, it's not, because this costs 6. I think they could have adjusted this a little bit. Like, I think a red and 4 for 3 damage on an uncommon at instant speed would have been fine. Garland, talked about that before. Gladios. I think Gladios was talked about before. Riona. 4/4 for 5. When she enters, create Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white dog creature token. Angelo Cannon. Whenever Renona Hartley attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. She'll be fine, and she'll be fun in some go wide decks. Santoto, she got revealed yesterday, did not talk about her. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Santoto gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. The timing. The timing would only been better if it was Stola. Talked about side quest Catch a Fish before. So Fenrir, this is the Fenrir from 9, isn't it? No, this is the Fenrir from 11. Okay. So Fenrir is a 3/2. Chapter 1, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. Okay. So a 3/2 that ramps you. That's very reminiscent of oh, what was it? Centaur Courser? And cards like that. I think I spelled Centaur wrong. Yeah. No, not. It's not Centaur or Centaur Courser. I'm blanking on it. Either way, a 3/2 that nets you with basic land with Crescent Fang. Heavenward Howl. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Pretty good. And then Ecliptic Growl. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tie for the greatest power. I don't hate it. It's pretty good. Shiva was talked about before. Crystal's Chosen. Sorcery speed. Sorcery speed, 5 colorless, 2 white. Create 4 1/1 colorless creature token hero creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So if it's the only thing that you can do, this one might see play in Constructed. This one will see play in Constructed. Like 60 card for sure. Some of these are kind of hard to talk about what formats are going to be good in. This feels like it's going to be a limited bomb. 7 mana, make 4 2/2s. Oh, there's the Emperor. Tap out of blue or red. Spend this mana only to cast a non-creature spell. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on the Emperor of Polynesia. Then if it has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, transform it. The Lord Master of Hell. Starfall. Whenever the Lord Master of Hell attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. Yeah, it'll see play in Spellsinger. Ultimisia. When Ultimisia enters or attacks Surveil 2. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 8, 4 and double Demir, and exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, she transforms and transform Ultimisia into Ultimisia Omnipotent. Menace. When this creature transforms into Ultimisia Omnipotent, and take an extra turn after this one. This is an extra turn spell on a uncommon. Granted, you have to put a total of 13 mana into it, 5 to cast, 8 to activate the ability, plus have 8 cards in your graveyard. I mean, it's very easily to do, but still. Anyways, here's vanilla. Who merges with Fang. Vanilla enters, mill 2 cards, and return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So Ragnarok always makes itself reappear. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanilla and a creature named Fang, you may pay 5. You're colorless and Golgari. If you do exile them, then meld them into Ragnarok. So that's the top part of Ragnarok. Divine Deliverance. It's gonna be funny doing this to people in limited formats too. And Fang transforms into the bottom half. Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Haste. When Ragnarok dies, destroy target permanent and return target non-legendary permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, never mind. It doesn't keep flipping into each other. I misread that. You know, reading the card explains the card. Aerith is a 2/2 for 3 lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on her. When she dies, put X 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on Aerith. Fitting. Arden. Arden was just seen, but demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If you do, if you exiled a creature card this way, create a token that's a copy of that, except it's a 5/5 black demon. Fuck, I couldn't get that out. A Realm Reborn, 6 cost Cryptolith Rites. Oh no, that's other permanents you control. Huh. Turn everything into a mana rock or a mana enchantment. Valtharian Fran, which 4/3 with reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Valtharian Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase after this one, you may pay 1 and Gruul. If you do, after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Bart's and Boko, 4/3 for 5. Affinity for birds. When it enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So bird decks get better. Talked about Cecil before. Firan. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment. This equipped ability costs 2 less to activate. Sacrifice a token at the beginning of the next end step. I mean, that if you can play swords, if you can bounce swords to hand, loop them back, or anything like that, you're just sitting there going like, cool, I'm just making a sword and giving it the ability to equip. I think that's going to be part of the game plan, is to, with him, get equipment out, get them equipped cheaply with the tokens, and then just gradually build with the actual ones. Gilgamesh enters or attacks. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put 1 or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. And I believe there's cards that'll just straight up let you. Anyways. Jill. She enters, she unsummons. And then for 5, and tapping her, you flip her into Shiva, Warden Vice, which for part 1 and 2, target creature can't block this turn, or can't be blocked this turn. And then for 3, tap all lands your opponent's control, and then flip her. Kane's is very fitting. 2/4. During your turn, Kane has flying. Whenever Kane Trader's Dragoon deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many top treasure tokens, then lose that much life. Kuja we'll get into in a second because we're going to look at possibly putting a Kuja deck together. Noctis, 1 in Esper. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with finality counter on it. Squall's got Rough Divide. And also costs 4. 3/4. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So he's a recursion commander or recursion card. Stiltskin, Summoner's Grimora, which has Abraxa. Equip creature is a shaman in addition to its other types, and has whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If the card is an enchantment card, like what the summons are, it enters tapped and attacking, so it just immediately makes the summons better. Odin costs is a 5/3 for 6. Destroy Gungnir, destroy target creature and opponent controls. But Tsuken, this creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. And then Hall of Sorrow. Yeah, Hall of Sorrow. Draw 2, each opponent loses 2. Dark Crystal. There was a lot of really good stuff shown. Kuja is not on here yet. Okay, so if that's the case, let's take a quick break. And then pop over to 14, I think. That sounds like a good plan. But yeah, my plans for Kuja are Rakdos Spellslinger. So, like, the Darkness Crystal. Let's say black spells are. Black spells you cast. So, Darkness Crystal, Jet Medallion, Ruby Medallion, Vesper Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, Seething Song, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. I'm getting ideas. But be back in just a moment. Okay. Let's pop over here for just a second. While we're getting everything set up. Oh, damn it. Where'd my drink go? There it is. All right. Okay. Got that there. There. Head over here. Alright, there we go. That's good. It's not getting picked up though, that's weird. Huh, okay. The music's getting picked up, but the game is missing. Okay. Eat a dick. But also, yes. No, because I don't know why it got removed. I could have sworn I have been live. Alright, so discard that. Name's already in use. Oh, I know why. Hold on. There we go. Since I got a chance to draw, oh no, that's fair. You know it's never a malicious eating of a dick. But eat a dick. Okay, let's remove that. Let's go this way this time, I guess. What other spot could be getting picked up from? Woo! There we go. And is the music? Yeah, music's still getting picked up, so that's all that matters. Yeah, I don't need a returner's bounty. Is the Moogle thing still going on? Or did I miss that entirely? I always do this to myself. I never come back at like the opportune times. Yeah, no FC for me either. I'm... No, Atlanta's still there. So, I mean, like, I could figure out why, but I don't think it's really worth it. Oh, right, because I was leveling, my gatherers and stuff. Must have been our hiatus, probably, but I mean, that's fine. Like, it's no hate to the FC. They were absolutely fine. But to be fair to them, we don't ever really interact all that much either. We just kind of pop in and out, and then if somebody needs something that we can help with, yeah, but... Oops. Yeah, all my gear sets got fucked up recently too. That was one of the things that did kind of like, alright. My gear stuff got messed up when I was taking a little bit of a break, came back. And then I was just like, man, fuck that. I used to do things with them. Yeah, that's true. I did forget that you were much more active than me. Really? I got to 50 with a... Wait. Oh, I was about to be like, wait, hold on, something's wrong. No, I still needed to level botanist. My miner and my fishing is up to 50. Leveling, farming, and that jazz. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that. You were much more active with him, especially in the early days. Because you're the one that invited me in and everything. Oh well. I should probably pick up and start getting the stuff going for the MSQ. Really consider doing the raid tiers. What was the last MSQ I completed? Crossroads. Hi, buggers. You need water, Bubby? Is that it? God damn it. It's the back rooms I gotta go to. I should see if Brandy wants to do some leveling this week. And everything. Help her get through the MSQ. Okay. Oh shit, be right back. Yeah. Oh. That sucks. I missed somebody that was here. Okay. The fuck? Oi. I'm surprised this one didn't get any dialogue, like spoken. Yeah, I am curious why, my theory is still that there's two scenes. One showing up at the end with your Stola plus this one, with them being split in half, essentially. In the break room, she is unwell, and Gestola and Alice have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. They removed my favorites too. That's awesome. Alright, there we go. Yep.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
Huh? How did she get that do-over?
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis. Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a proxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Fiend was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
What?
How'd she get preserved for that long?
How can that be possible? The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people? Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself. Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electrope casket, designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down. That was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
Okay. I think the talking portion is over, which works because I need to take a quick break. Oh, excuse me. So 1 moment. Yeah, that was stupid long. Sorry about that. There was some shit going on. But good now. Boy. All right. Is it a talking one or is it a non-talking one?
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Yashtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
Your soul is the motherly sort. I'll say it never abandons those in need. Compliment on those. Because it's true.
He's known those two for a long time. You can trust in his judgment. Besides, you help to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long.
Yeah, she's gonna have trouble coming to terms with that.
I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Oh, great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm. Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamart.
Oh. That is a neat way to slide that in. The Endless Fiend, you knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with this situation. Myself especially. But I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. I've been slacking on my tanks too. As much as I enjoy playing Viper, I admittedly do like the tank privilege and slight ease that at least Gunbreaker has.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Let's get outfit.
Oh, that really suits you.
I'm glad to hear that.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than late.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret.
This is going to be Dagger. Or Garnet.
For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Fiend.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
All right. And why don't we let Taxes choose? The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending defined registrations. The lady talking to Lamenti just came back from Tolil. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblom, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war, with Alexandria the aggressor. In continuing to strive for peace, Tulio's leaders have shown great magnanimity. I can't help but be moved. Okay, why is it not letting me pick anything? In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can be matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days, since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones, and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Zelenia. I want to remember them all. I am reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Fiend gave Jentaxis and Lamenti a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. The castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like the lady is doing now with Luke Lamont. Just like that lady is doing now with Luke Lamont. If you attune to ley line nodes, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. That's the mode of travel that utilizes Aether currents, yes? We had the same thing in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. It's heartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away with the conversation. That's alright. And Texas and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great. Right then. Why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? You take a break there. You know, I want to do something real quick. Because Steel Fang should lead into the side combo. Breathing Fang. And Breathing Maul. Oh. Yeah. Put the flanking attack and the butt attack here. I might want to switch Swift Coil. Twin Fang, Bite, Thresh, or Uncoiled Twin Fang. Twin Blood, Bite, Thresh, or Uncoiled. Twin Fang, 120, Grand Hunter's Coil, Uncoiled Twin Fang. Okay, so do these ones not matter? I thought they did. So those were the only two positionals? Were they the only two positionals? I just want to check something real quick. Okay.
So many different drinks. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Oops.
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well? Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavour invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
The coffee from Dali Village in 9.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all.
She's got a point.
The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Bye! Not Queen Sphene!
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
Poor Sphene. Real Sphene. Forgive me. I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm not being much of a guide. I don't usually approach this often. It's quite alright. The people who have been through so much, it's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Gentaxis. I appreciate your understanding. Right then. Where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus Arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Okay. He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to attend to some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. The danger has passed, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Thank you. I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? You're the ones who came... An usher, you're the ones who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It's only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey the remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. I'd heard there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I am loath to trouble you further. But since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden. But it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the family should be given the choice. Oh, they didn't have it before, then. It's important to think about what people have leave to us. I want to help. You want to help too, Jintaxis? Deliveries happen to be my... I suppose I can. Deliveries are my specialty. I'm truly grateful. Now there are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. After you finish, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. You know, there have been people in Tulio who had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachite, just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. So there are 4 items in total to deliver. Right. 3 for people on Truvio, and 1 for someone over by Neon Stain. Let's visit them in that order. Might I trouble you to do the talking, Jintaxis? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way. We'll be right behind you. I probably should start leveling Gunbreaker again soon. Yeah, I'm actually almost done with Gunbreaker, so... Is there something you need? Ah, so Malachite sent you. He was very considerate. When he offered to bring me the keepsake, I stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. He stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that. Not when it's something that belongs to my parents, who I understand now I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. That's always been the case. But now I find myself wondering about this and that. Like, how much longer can I afford to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thank you for bringing me the keepsake. Give my regards to Malachite. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that it might help me remember. But no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless queens Sween tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become an endless myself. If they're made by putting your memories into a new body made of aether, does that mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a neo-regulator, but I've only had doubts since then. If Queen's Fiend herself recommends it, I want to believe that all will be well, but still... I'm sorry, I need to clear my head. Oh, hello. Do I know you? Ah, so this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It's got me thinking about what we did to Tulial. I didn't even know we'd killed so many of their people. Not until the funeral. What if they decide to retaliate? Lamenti, Wuklamat will never do that. She and everyone in Tulial know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak ill of your father. It's just, I can't stop worrying about death. And hearing that they're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. That's everyone in Truview. It's good to be honest. You can purchase beverages from these machines. That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. One's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I wanted to try one, but Show won't let me. Whoops. Well, that's annoying. The music in Solution 9 was so good. I know that's interesting to say when, you know, this is also playing. Are you talking to me? Oh, right, this. I can't say it stirs any memories, but it does seem familiar somehow. You know, you look familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Ah, I remember now. It was at the infusion station in the government sector, and it wasn't my finest moment, you might recall. You're the Arcadian fighter who is desperate for souls. That's right. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, my name's Lathander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen Fiend's word to heart and found a new job. One where I can put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunctioned, and I've been assisting with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing here. Or what you're doing. Thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me a newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled Albigo, and besides my father. Lamenti once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it, and there are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look the same as an Endless, I would never throw away that body. Most people would find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable. But the whole becoming Endless affair. Yeah. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you. And thanks for the delivery. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Syntaxis. From what I've seen and heard, 'tis plain the people held their queen in high regard. And the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malachite. He should be back at the north of the recreation zone. Thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. Reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the item after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, and another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away, we lost our memories of these people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish those already taken care of be returned to us. I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again to your aid. Malachite speaks the truth. Our memories are what defines us. They form the path we walk to be where we are. My own self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning. But I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we started from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The endless fiend was one possibility. A version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact I did, though. Is that? That is creepy. The simulant? She was looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? Every little bit of XP counts. The simulant headed into the street over there. Its line is that way. Let's hurry.
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Huh?
Aha, joke's on you.
Are you alright?
So he didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
Who's this
That
asshole?
was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice.
All right, let's go to Robot again.
You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping, the key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
Get fucked. Yes, after you try to kill me?
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate. If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
Ooh, 5,000.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments. Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless.
So she had been controlled the entire time after becoming a simulant?
Pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it, and sure enough... I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than...
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Me.
Damn you!
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution.
Oh god, another one like this.
Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
It's like an Asian, but worse.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people.
I don't know. He's often pretty stagnant.
Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom...
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate...
So let me kill him. Alexandria has no need for Queen's Fiend. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart, that they love. Although it's hard for you to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. You're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Well said. And it just so happens there's something that only you can do right at this moment. Let's start with Calyx. What can you tell us about him? He was a prodigy who specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the Storm Surge. Yet even as he basked in the admiration of his peers, he struggled with an illness he had from birth, which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here for centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with the preservation, I never imagined we'd cross paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep's core system, as well as the Endless Fiend. They did. All while I was slumbering. The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what's happened. Oh, shit.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Fiend, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed, eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of endless...
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish, although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but when I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
So that's going to be the dungeon, isn't it?
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for preservation to conceal the terminal, I must say. Having existed since the storm surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calix, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend?
It's a trap.
That it is. While I'm glad you're safe, we cannot allow his offense to go unanswered.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
There should be a patch with a trial as well.
Please, let me come with you. I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Dungeon time. My gear is starting to get dangerously out of date, too. I think this is a good spot to call it. YouTube, we'll see you later. Psycho Killer.